the love of sinners. I told my wife, I said, tell you what the name of the message is for today. That was a few weeks ago. It was preaching on Sunday morning at Freedom Road. And I said, it's called The Love of Sinners. And she immediately, she said, selfishness. And I said, that's right. The love of sinners is really self. Sinners love their self. And they do things to serve themselves. And the teachings of Jesus is just the direct contrast to that, just exactly the opposite. And it was so pointed out in the story of the Good Samaritan. I love to read it. It's fascinating. But then Jesus was such a master storyteller. He told this story about, it really was about the church. Because he said the priest and the Levite, they saw that man in the ditch. One of them walking down the road, and he, out of the kind of side glance, he saw the man over there, and he stuck his nose up in the air, and he just kept on walking. Well, that's certainly not what Jesus would teach, because Jesus would teach about sacrificing and loving your fellow man and ministering to them. But then the other one that came along, he walked over there and he looked down and he saw the man in the ditch, and he said, no, I don't have nothing to do with that. And he went his way. But Jesus, again, the master storyteller, he dug deep when he said, but then a certain Samaritan. And of course we know that those people who are the hierarchy, they despised the Samaritans and thought they were quite beneath them. But Jesus elevated this person because he was a person that in the teaching in the scripture, it says the reason why the Good Samaritan did what he did was because he was moved by compassion. It's written, you read it. He was moved by compassion, and his compassion compelled him to get off the beast of burden, take some oil and wine and go down and minister to that man at his own time and his own expense. He served his fellow brethren, even though he did not know him. He didn't know why he was down there in the ditch. He might have been a criminal himself that was down there beaten and bruised, but that did not matter to the certain Samaritan. Indeed, what mattered was that this is my fellow man, and I'm going to minister to him out of my compassion. This is the gospel. This is the gospel. This is the good news that we don't have to be motivated by our self-centeredness, our selfishness. But true love is to love unconditionally. And as Jesus said, if somebody despitefully uses you, he said, pray for them. See, that's contrast. That's the contrast between the teachings of Jesus Christ and the person who doesn't accept the teachings of Jesus. They're just walking, being led by their own self. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.